les sacrifices que tu fais, quand toutes les chances sont contre toi, when you can't push one more second, chase the glory. Visez haut.
U-Sports on CBC, les championnats U-Sport, brought to you in part by, vous êtes présenté par Nike Team Just Do It, faites-le. Barron, exclusive supplier of U-Sports championship rings. Le fournisseur exclusif des bagues de championnat U-Sport. Fox 40 celebrating a decade of the Fox 40 U-Sports Coach of the Year program. Fier partenaire des prix de l'entraîneur de l'année U-Sport depuis 10 ans. By Veraburn, proud medical supplier to university sports since 1979. Fier partenaire du sport universitaire depuis 1979. The Government of Canada. Le gouvernement du Canada. Et par Mikasa, l'étoile montante du volleyball, le V200W, ballon officiel de U-Sport. And by Mikasa, makers of volleyball's hottest star, the V200W, the official volleyball of U-Sports.
And welcome back to Hamilton. The Birds Gym just about set for the second Consolation match, second match of the day between the Montreal Carabins and the University of Saskatchewan Huskies. Two teams looking to get into the win column in Hamilton today. Matthew Davison alongside Everett DeLorme for the call of this one, and it should be a good one. Pretty excited for this one.
Yeah, absolutely. It's an out-of-conference matchup, so teams always get up for that. And two teams who really want to make their mark. Two teams that, weren't winners of their conference. The Huskies battling through that Canada West to win the bronze. The Carabins making it through the gauntlet that is the RSCQ to finish second. And I mean, two teams, just like the last one, who had a bit of different experiences in their first match. Both lost 3-0. However, for the Saskatchewan Huskies, maybe felt like they left a little bit on the table against the McMaster Marauders in what was a rabid Bird gymnasium last night. 35 errors for the Huskies, so they're going to look to limit that. But so much credit to this Montreal Carabins team for the way they played last night against the Trinity Western Spartans. They pushed one of the top teams in the nation last night. Point in and point out. You know what? I even thought that they should have pushed it to 4. They were playing amazingly in that third set, but still both teams are here and looking for a spot in that 5th place game to take on the Toronto Varsity Blues.
Yeah, both teams eliminated in straight sets yesterday from medal contention, and Trinity Western 3 pretty tight sets against Trinity Western against Montreal, and of course it's Trinity Western who will play McMaster, who defeated the Saskatchewan Huskies, and McMaster just putting on a defensive masterclass last night on the dig department and also their blocking game. They've been one of the best block defenses all year, and they really frustrated the Huskies' attack and outblocked 13-5. You mentioned the attacking errors, 22 for the Huskies. How do they get back into the Saskatchewan Huskies we saw in the regular season and the playoffs?
You know what? I think they just need to get back into their gameplay, be grinders, swing tough. I'm expecting this game to be a back-and-forth game. Two teams who know how to grind. I also know that's going to be important for head coach Sean McKay of the Saskatchewan Huskies. He's a former Western Mustang. Historically, has not had that much success in this gymnasium against the McMaster Marauders as the players, and he's looking to get his first win as a coach as well.
Should be a good one here from the Burridge Gymnasium. To get us started off will be Jake Rapin, the Prince Albert, Saskatchewan native, and a whole lot of players hailing from the beautiful province of Saskatchewan on this Huskies team. A really good volleyball province, of course, as that one is hammered down. Julien Beaulieu.
Yeah, Boileau there. Nice swing to get them going for the Carabins. And he is going to need to be big today for Montreal.
Leon Bisson, who is primary weapon for this Carabin team. A heavy, heavy serve from him. Here come the Huskies. What a dig out there by Yassine. He's one to watch tonight. And there's another blast as the Carabin look to get sorted as Beaulieu brings it down again.
Yeah, Boileau, 2 good swings to start this match. And you mentioned Yassine. He was the player of the year in the RSQ. He is going to have to solidify this team quite a bit, but great start here by the Carabin.
Yassine Cassis, hailing from Tunisia, as the Huskies right into that block. Latour Bourgeois on the block.
You know, we're seeing certain, like Brandon has been a great breeding ground for Aussies and Kiwis, and now more and more the RCQ is becoming a breeding ground for Tunisians. Of course, the 2 coaches, Gazi here for the Carabin, Fitzy for the Sherbrooke. And we see a fantastic ace there by Guillaume Bisson.
Bisson led his team in kills in the regular season, also in service aces, and he was 9th in Canada in the service ace department, averaging 0.49 per set. Another good serve from him. Huskies look to attack, and there's a big blast from Isaiah Mamer.
That one is called a touch on the block. I didn't see it, but the Carabin not complaining at all.
As Isaiah Mamer, the Wilkie, Saskatchewan native, will step on, the breakout rookie outside hitter for this Husky squad. And that one is finished off in the middle.
Mamer a part of that team, Saskatchewan winning Canada Games team this past summer, picking up the gold in Niagara. That was a massive win for just the province of Saskatchewan, as well as is this team qualifying for nationals.
He said he's really been helped out by Levi Olson, the veteran outside hitter in his first year in U Sports. Olson's really taken him under his wing and helped him in his rookie year.
Yeah, hopefully he learns to hit the gym like Olson has as well. As Olson fills out that jersey nicely, he has got some shoulders on him.
Olson went unsigned by the Canada West and played a year at college and joined the Huskies in 2018. Whoa! A big blast from Guillaume Bisson.
Oh, and it was so close there. Once again, volleyball is a game of centimeters. And just a centimeters more of penetration there by Olson, and that would have been down on the other side. And you know what? You mentioned how Olson started his career in the CCAA, and that's a very common path for a lot of volleyball players. You go, and especially for the French teams out of Quebec, because they got to go play. It's a bit of a contested thing. They get to go play 3 years at Cégep. They don't use any eligibility, whereas everywhere else,
right,
you have to go play college. You do use up that eligibility, but I think it's a great path to go in. You learn how to be a student athlete. You learn how to win. You get those starting minutes in a slightly bit lesser, but still very skilled league.
And a blast from Dylan Mortensen, who gets involved. And he had 24 kills, 8 digs, and an ace in the bronze medal game, which earned the Husky spot in this tournament.
More importantly for Mortensen, he etched himself in the record books this season as the Canada West all-time leading scorer and all-time kills for the Huskies. So fantastic job by him. Man, Tournier there. Great swing on the left side. So much power in Montreal. Coming out for keeps right now with an 8-3 lead.
They're a real powerful side, second in Canada when it comes to points per game. And of course, it's difficult to compare different conferences, but a team that can score in bunches as that one rolls into the triple block, but winning the point is Levi Olson.
Great swing out of system there by Olson. And you see why he spent so much time in the gym. It's for plays like that. So hard to block that ball down when he's swinging as tough as he is. 6th
in the country when it comes to service aces per set, averaging over a half ace per set. As that one went right into that block there, Buchanan.
Great job there by Mamer to shut the door. Thought we were going to get a replay there. Don't think it worked out. But a good job there by the Huskies. You know, last night there was a few moments where I thought they were going to be able to climb back into the game. Both in the second and third set, they had that lead, but McMaster was just too much for them. So I have full confidence here that the Huskies will be able to claw their way back into this game. And I would not be surprised if this game went the limit, went to 5.
Alexis Tournier on to serve. Great serve. Oh, and a nice point won there by the Huskies. Rapin finishing that point off the great dig out.
Yeah, Jacob Rapin there. He is one of the veterans on this team, one of the 5th years. And I mean, with that COVID year, he might as well be like a 6th or a 7th year as well. So much veteran presence here for the Huskies.
And there was a bit of competition throughout the season. Of course, Huskies have some great setters behind them with Mark Armstrong and Noah Opseth, but his competitive spirit and his level of play just has kept him on the court, and he's really emerged as the team's main setter and very important piece.
Yeah, it's looking at this roster, it's super interesting. They got a bunch of 5th and 4th years, a bunch of 1st and 2nd years, no 3rd years to help bridge that gap. So the fact that that Saskatchewan was able to go out and win that Canada Games, and so many of those Saskatchewan players are staying in Saskatchewan to play for the Huskies, really bodes well for this program. I have so much respect for Sean McKay and just the rest of this coaching staff as well. I do call them, to be frank, the best looking coaching staff in U Sports volleyball with Joel Dick, Jordan Novakovsky, and of course Braden McLean. They might have the best hair of all the coaches in U Sports.
Won't argue with you on that. Some great luscious locks from the entire coaching staff, and you mentioned, you know, keeping the talent within Saskatchewan. There's only 2 players on their roster that aren't from Saskatchewan, one BC native and another one from Alberta, but this team is all Sask and all heart.
Absolutely, and you know what? That's exactly why the Canada West is so strong, because when you look at the OUA team, we've got just as many teams in the OUA, as, if not even more in the OUA than in the Canada West. But there's just such a dilution of players because all of the best players are going to go everywhere. Of course, Mac has done such a good job at getting them here, and that's why they've been so successful over the past decade. But, you know, when you have a school like Saskatchewan that since Regina's left the league just a few years ago, all of the best players from Saskatchewan converge into the Huskies. And the same thing for schools like Alberta and UBC. And, you know, not only do they have the best local players and the best players from their province coming to their institutions, but with success also breeds more success and more players want to come to those programs. Right. So you don't really see the opposite where the Western players come play for Ontario schools, but you do see quite a few Ontario guys go play for the Western schools.
9-6 here. That was a nice play there.
Tough one there by Olsen. I know that's probably one that he would want back. Just a bit of miscommunication, a tip into the pot. Would expect him to usually pick that up. He did suffer an injury last night in the 3rd set as a master, so we'll monitor him to see how well he fares.
Blast as that one's kept up by Redin. And that one is fired home.
Boileau, 3 kills early on, and when you look at the size of him, he's really not that big, coming in at just under 6'3", and I think that might be a 6'3" on the roster. Even less than that, 183 centimeters, whatever that is. I think that's about 6 foot. But man, does he ever jump and does he ever swing hard?
Hard swing there from Bisson. The Huskies look to go to the attack. Namer was blocked. Joust at net. Sent over by Bisson. Here come the Huskies again. That one off the block. Oh, and finishing that one off again is Guillaume Bisson.
Yeah, Guillaume Bisson just was so effective last night for Montreal, and we see that he basically is picking up where he left off. Already 3 points, and you know, you look at how spread out this Montreal offense is even early. All 5 of their attackers have points on the board. Of course, Boileau leading with 4, Bisson coming with 3, but Max Saint-Denis is definitely going to help spread that offense. It's a very workman-like approach to the match. Spread that offense out, make sure that everyone is getting touches. But when you have the quality of attackers like this Montreal Carabin team does, it's pretty easy.
So many weapons. Boyo, 4 kills on 4 total attacks. Bisson, 2 kills on 3. Same with Tournier. And a tough draw for both these sides, facing 2 of the best in the nation. A really stacked right side of the draw.
Absolutely.
You take a look, especially with Saskatchewan, one of the better teams heading into this tournament. They end up playing McMaster in the first round as the bronze winners in the Canada West.
Yeah. Well, Saskatchewan's had kind of an up and down season. As you know, they've got wins over every team ahead of them in the standings. They opened the year with a win over the Golden Bears. They beat Trinity Western. You know, they took a match off of MRU as well. So this is a team that knows how to beat the best, but they also struggled against teams that were below them in the standings.
A straight sets win in the first game of the year. Oh, what a dig out there from number 17, Reder. And once again, Guillaume Bisson is there.
Yeah, Bisson, the lefty. A little bit of whip and a little bit of power. And, you know, I'm not too surprised that the Carabin have come out as hard as they have. And speaking to their coach, Gazi Guiraha, they have suffered so many injuries this year when all 7 of their starters at times had suffered big injuries. So now that this team is finally more or less healthy and all together, they're really looking to prove their worth on the national stage. And it's funny, he was talking to us and saying how much stronger the RSEQ conference has gotten since he arrived. Of course, in his first year, he brought this Carabin team to the national championships here at McMaster. They lost a heartbreaking 5-setter to the home team back in 2018. But the RSEQ conference has really picked up its level over the past few years, and you're really starting to see it in these matches.
Oh, big block! Bisson! As the Huskies can't get anything going here, as it's a 7-point advantage.
Yeah.
For the Carabin.
I won't lie, I've really been surprised by the lack of fight from the Huskies. You know, they're a team that I know loves to grind, and they practice hard, and we just haven't seen that translate just yet. But I do think it's one thing, like, of course, the Canada West Conference is definitely the toughest conference. It's one thing to go out there and play game in and game out against the teams that you know, but it's another thing altogether to have to go out and play those out-of-conference teams. And as much as it is the best conference, I think sometimes the Canada West maybe looks down on the other ones, maybe doesn't take them as seriously, and maybe the Huskies are getting shown a little bit differently. Has another great dish there by Max Saint-Denis.
That was a beautiful thing to watch.
Pierre-Charles Latour-Bourgeois. That's classic Quebecois right there with just a mouthful of names.
What a way to attack that serve. And 15-8 here. Carabin in front. Oh, big time blast there from Olsen. His first real big hit of the day today. They're going to set him up again. Olsen right into that block. And Tournier nearly got there.
Head referee thought that Tournier didn't get there. I thought he did it at first, but afterwards there was no protestation whatsoever. He just let it go. Of course, Alexis Tournier is a veteran who spent a little bit of time within the Canadian national team program as well with the junior national team. So once again, just so much talent on this Carabin squad. Doesn't get any easier here for the Huskies as they continue to dig themselves a hole in this first set with a missed serve.
Ethan Smith, the libero for the Saskatchewan Huskies, comes back in on defense. 15 digs yesterday against McMaster, but the Marauders just so good in that dig department yesterday. Ragosi Fujisawa, hard to stop. Oh, there's a great play. Yeah. Wow. And it's going to be finished off by the Huskies. Buchanan. Great range on defense.
Such a great awareness there by Jacob Rappin. He knows that Montreal hasn't been able to set up their defense yet. Sets it to the middle on that first tempo set, and they put it down. So, but great defensive play back there by the Carabins.
Dylan Mortensen.
I want to see Morty take a swing at that. I want to see him take a chew. You're down by 6 now, 7. Just go in aggressively, and if you're going to float serve, put the ball in.
Carabin serving up 17-10 here. Great first touch there from Mortensen to keep that one up. Oh, Olsen is rejected.
Guillaume Bisson once again, and that is just a massive block there with Nidal Hiden. Another one from Tunisia, joining in Bisson on the right side.
William Bisson having a great start to this one. The Rouyn-Noranda native and 6'3" attacker led his team in kills and service aces in the regular season, and is leading this team to an 18-10 advantage over the Huskies in this first set.
Huge. You know, it's interesting looking at this Montreal Carabin roster. Of course, they've got plenty of players from Quebec, a few from Ottawa as well, like the Saint Denis brothers. But you've got 2 guys from Tunisia, 2 guys from France, another guy from the Netherlands. Quite an international squad here for the Carabins.
And it's interesting to see how, you know, volleyball varies from country to country. Of course, it's all the same game at the end of the day, but the different areas where, you know, you recruit a player out of Europe compared to Australia or New Zealand, you know, the different kind of tactics and abilities that they're kind of instilled with growing up.
Yeah, you know, we talked about it in the last game about how youth sports volleyball is becoming, especially on the men's side, is becoming increasingly recognized as a great training ground. And I remember speaking to a legend of volleyball by the name of Bartosz Kurek, who's, you know, a world championship with Poland back in 2012 when he came here for World League. And he talked about how much different it is, how great it is for the opportunity for you to go to school and get an education and play volleyball at the same time as the Carabins continue to rack up these skills. So it's really beneficial for these international guys to come in to be able to get an education, continue playing volleyball. So of course, we see Wojtek Kraj, John McMaster, Philip Lauder, who's a member of the German national team, plays for Brandon. So it's truly becoming a world-class training ground for some of the best volleyball players in the world.
19-10 here as that serve's going to find the net from Saint-Denis. Mentioned the injuries to a lot of the star players from Montreal and a lot of adversity through the regular season. Saint-Denis only played in 12 matches, but real important piece through the playoff run. Heavy serve there from Olsen.
There we go. That's so important here for the Huskies, as down by 7, maybe coming back at this juncture of the first set is not impossible, but it's going to be very hard, but building momentum for that second set is doable.
Olsen on the serve again. That one won't find it. Mentioned early, Olsen suffering that injury in yesterday's match, the ankle, and then was able to put some freezing spray on it, get it taped up, and re-enter the match. As that one's going to be played on by Bisson for the Carabins. Huskies able to recover. From the back, that's blasted there by Latour Bourgeois, and finished off there by the Huskies.
All right, the Huskies now starting to manufacture some of their own points, as we see Mortensen calm, cool, collected. It wasn't quite a C ball, it was just more a dump to the back row in a somewhat out of system situation, but Mortensen does well to spot the open corner back in 5.
So for the Huskies is number 16, Jay Eckers.
Jay Eckers serving down 7 points here. Bisson!
Wow, there is not a lot of room there down the line for Bisson to go. He thread the needle out from the inside of the blocker's hands and the antenna. So impressed here by Guillaume Bisson in these first two matches.
As the Carabin are just 4 points away here from taking set number 1 over the Huskies in second consolation match today. Spot in the 5th place match on the line. A great serve there from Marc-Antoine Dion.
Yeah, Dion out of the Cégep de l'Outaouais in Gatineau gets that ace, turns to the bench and says, hey, let's keep this going. Let's keep this going.
He doesn't want to give the ball away here. There's a serve as Huskies look to go to the attack. And that one is good for Mamer.
Yeah, Dion taking a little bit off of that, going for the off-speed serve, and that is all credit to where by the offense run by Rapid. He runs it really quick to the outside, and Mamer is able to hit the block on its way up.
Mark Armstrong, the 4th year, serving for the Huskies. Bisson, oh my goodness.
You give Bisson a one-on-one like that, and he is going to score 9 out of 10 times.
2 points away now are the Carabin.
Interesting enough, we haven't seen the Carabin run much in the middle, and yet the middle blockers from the Huskies still committing to them.
What can the Huskies do here? Just floated over there by Mortensen. As the Carabin look to go to the attack, it's Bisson, but out of bounds.
That one was close. I thought that one was going to be in. So I'm not entirely sure what Gazi Guidara was yelling at his team there.
Isaiah Mamer, the rookie outside hitter. Good serve. Carabin able to be finished off in the middle there.
That is an unstoppable shot. It just really is by that Bourgeois. High contact into the deep court on that first tempo. Unless you're standing right there, which is way out of position, you're not going to dig that ball. Perfectly executed by the Carabin.
Set point here for the Carabin. And a great serve to finish it off. Julien Beaulieu. And it's 25-15 in the opener for the Montreal Carabin. Looking to get back in the win column at the final 8.
Yeah, Julien Boileau there with an absolute banger of a serve as we watch here on the replay. Just too hot to handle for the Saskatchewan Huskies serve receivers. Super impressed by Boileau and the entire Montreal Carabin roster in this first set.
So first set goes to the team from Quebec. Second set coming up on CBC Sports.
We've got your back. Whether you're looking to achieve a healthy and happy lifestyle or an elite athlete looking for world-class recovery and injury rehab, we have you covered. Our passionate team will work with you to create a tailored recovery plan to fit any situation. Get back to being you. The David Braley Sport Medicine and Rehabilitation Center, where everyone is treated like a marauder.
They don't do it for the likes or for the shares. They do it for the fun of it, for the thrill, for the camaraderie, for the memories. CBC Sports, just because they love it.
Live coverage from the Burris Gymnasium in Hamilton, Ontario continues for the 2023 Men's Volleyball Championships. And it's set number 2 between the Montreal Carabins and the University of Saskatchewan Huskies. It was the Carabins taking that opening set. Matthew Davison alongside Everett DeLorme for the call of this one. And in that first set, it was the attack of the Carabins that was hard to stop. Bisson especially.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it wasn't all their attack. They dominated in every aspect of the game. They hit a 5-4-2. They got 3 aces. They got 3 blocks. They got 11 digs. Just dominant all over the court. But a good answer right here in the first set of the first point of the second set. Sorry, as Levi Olsen goes off the block and out of bounds. He's going to need to heat up, and especially Dylan Mortensen will need to heat up as well.
And that one's going to find the net for Mark Armstrong. It's 1-1 here. Wallow, who ended that first set, will come on to serve here for the Carabins.
Wallow is ripping right now, but he ripped that one way out of bounds.
So it goes back to Saskatchewan, and we'll get to see Levi Olsen. Big body out there. Serving here for the Huskies as they look to respond after that disappointing first set. Oh, don't see that often from Tournier.
Yeah, even his teammates are looking at him like, oh, what kind of happened there? Because, wow, I'm at a loss for words. You only really see that in like high school volleyball or, you know, with the juniors. Like I was coaching at a March break camp earlier this year. You don't usually see that with a player of Tournier's caliber, so it'll be interesting to see how he bounces back. If I was Max Saint-Denis, if that ball was in, I'd give the next ball right back to Tournier, give him that confidence, take another swing, go for it again, kid.
Saint-Denis, another one of the good setters in this tournament, second in the country in assists per set in the regular season. Big serve. Smith the first touch, and Mortensen can't get into the bench and get that one.
You know what, we're going to blame that one on Jordan Novakovsky, who just didn't get out of the way fast enough.
They rearranged the chairs again.
Novakovsky was a beast for the Huskies back when he played, helped lead the Saskatchewan team to a third-place finish back in the 2016 championships here. Oh, that one was tight, and then went on to play in Italy after that.
So 4-3. As we'll come back to Jack Magoo, who's twice represented Team Saskatchewan on the provincial level. Back set, Bisson.
Yes, middle
into
take.
The block. Oh, and brought home there by Buchanan.
I'm loving the response here by the Saskatchewan Huskies now in this second set. They're starting to find their rhythm and just have a workman approach to this second set. This is exactly the answer you want from your team if you're head coach Sean McKay.
Magoo serve. Carabin going to the attack. That one kept up. Here come the Huskies. Mortensen. Oh, great diving play by Cassis. Here come the Huskies again off the block, and that one's going to be good for Quinn Buchanan again.
Yeah, Quinn Buchanan bringing some energy to this team so far, and not the biggest guy out there in the middle, only 6'5", and once again, I think that might be a little bit generous, but the induction of Mark Armstrong, the setter, into this lineup has done wonders here for the Huskies in the second set.
Oh, and Mortensen was there again.
that big outstretched arms there of Dylan Mortensen is going to shut down the Carabin on the outside. And it's roles reversed here in the second set as Saskatchewan leads 7-3, and they're bringing the energy. Love to see that answer.
And the Huskies, so many weapons, including Mortensen and Olsen, and just so many players that maybe didn't have their best yesterday, and especially didn't have their best in that first set, but they're an extremely capable team who know they can play a lot better.
Absolutely, and we're starting to see it now. You know, everyone here just wants to see good volleyball, right? You're at the national championships. You want to see teams play their best, and that was definitely not the best from the Huskies in the first set. So they've changed things up a little bit, and they've brought things together, and just love to see them have some success. But now that they've brought their game, I'm sure the Carabin are going to up their game just as well.
Always interesting to see the interconference play. RESEQ, Carabin, and the Canada West Huskies. And it'll be interesting to see how Canada West shapes out next year and what teams might be at the top. Should be an exciting U Sports season in 2023-24 as well, as that one's going to go out of play, and the Huskies continue to build that lead here in the second.
Well, you know, speaking of the Canada West, if we're just going to draw on history here, I'm going to hazard to say that's probably going to be the Golden Bears and the Trinity Western Spartans, as it has been for the past decade. Right,
but who do you see having the upper hand heading into next year?
It's too early to tell with that.
Oh my goodness, Buchanan, the block.
He's really come alive here with a number of points for the Saskatchewan Huskies. As we see here, once again, a bit of a height difference in that middle matchup with Buchanan, able to get the best of it.
Jack Magoo, the Estevan, Saskatchewan native. Back set, Bisson. Oh, what a job by. Thought for a moment.
Terrible. I mean, that one was going into the stands, but if you listen to the last match, you know how I feel about the net call in general.
Right. Guillaume Bisson, who was red hot in that opener, starting to heat up in the second set. Great serve, though.
Maxime Saint-Denis with a great ace there, going short. Now we'll see if the Carabin can claw themselves back into the match. While Max is serving, just want to give a shout out to his parents, Frank and Tammy, who I heard have gone on a nice little golf trip.
Nice.
Yeah.
Denis, second in the nation in service aces per set. Carabin's a good serving team, fifth in the nation. And when it came to that department, service aces per set.
Yeah, the RCQ is such a skilled league. And you know, if you look at them in general, they just may not have the height and the size of the teams from Ontario and the teams from the Canada West, but they have so much skill. Oh, that's a nice little throw down there from Mortensen, and Gazuki Daha is looking for that lift call, as it was a bit of a slam dunk.
Much better second set here for the Huskies, and great to see that response from set number one. They lead 10-6 here. Mortensen on the serve. Oh, and that one was fired home by the Carabin.
Yeah, he then there just squeezes it through using that block of Buchanan. You could see Buchanan afterwards being like, I was so close. That was so close.
That one finds the net. Alexis Tournier with the service error, so ball is right back in the hands of the Huskies on the service line. Here is Isaiah Mamer. We'll get things started.
Another big serve by Mamer.
Floated over. Kemp.
little sticky in the hand, but he's making a big play. Maybe let that one go, but I'm not the ref.
Nearly got it back up, but violation, so 11-8 now. Carabin down by 3. Olsen off the block.
Yeah, great swing there by Olsen. And he's really starting to get going. And the one Husky who hasn't really gotten it going yet is Dylan Mortensen. If he can get going, we all know how he can score over 500 points this year in the Canada West. So if he gets rolling, this game might change quite a bit.
Back set. Oh, big blast there.
He's so good. Once again on a one-on-one. He has all the shots. He can go down the line. He can go cross court. He can bury it. He can tip it. So impressed so far with these two matches by Guillaume Bisson.
Here he is on that big-time serve. Sent over there by the Huskies. And another violation there.
Yeah, the Carabin have had a great response to this one, and they've really clawed their way back into this match.
Just a 2-point advantage now as the Carabin look to attack on the serve with Bisson. Floated over by Olsen. Huskies go on the attack again. Olsen again! Oh, what a hit! What a keep up by Yassine! My goodness!
Oh. You know what? It's a great point there by the Huskies. But when a player like that makes a dig, like Yassine Cassis just did, you always want that team to get that point. So, such a great dig. That's why he was the player of the year in the RSEQ.
Jack Magoo finishes it off. First kill of the day for him. 13-10, and Huskies in front. Boileau is there.
There we go. Your pronunciation is getting there. I like that.
I'm so used to the Boileau, like the Nathan Boileau, but it's a different spelling. It's Boileau.
Boileau, exactly. There
Learning
we go.
a lot.
Yeah, it's two sounds that you don't exactly have in English. The bois and the lo.
Exactly. Oh, great near dig there by Boileau, but it's gonna go down as a kill for the Saskatchewan Huskies and Jack Magoo.
Yeah, this is exactly the type of game that I was expecting. That first set, I think, was a bit of an anomaly, and I think this is what we're going to see throughout the rest of this match.
Olsen, great first serve. Oh, that was Latour Bourgeois misfiring.
Yeah, a bit of a misfire there between that Bourgeois and let's see. Oh yeah, that not entirely sure if it was that Bourgeois just coming in too far, or Maxine missing that mark on the back set, but still not the greatest connection there for the Carabin.
Here they come again. Oh, that was a big blast by the main man Bisson.
Yeah, he's clearly become the go-to player here for the Carabin. 10 points already for Bisson over there on the right side, and gotta say, really impressed by his level so far this tournament. I feel like a broken record. I've said that a few times already this match.
They're gonna need all the ice in that hotel to ice his arm tonight. Oh, there's a big blast, and what a response for Dylan Mortensen and the Huskies.
There we go. That's the Dylan Mortensen I've been expecting to see as he crushes that one cross court. Wow. Bisson a little bit in close. Mortensen has been tipping quite a bit, so you're seeing him kind of crowd that center area to pick those tips up, but Mortensen spotting that sideline.
That one rejected. Buchanan the block.
Buchanan has been so good for the Huskies so far in this set, and he's really, you can tell that he's just one of those energy givers. He's going to come in, he's going to grind, he's going to be loud, he's going to talk a lot, both to your team and the other one, and he's just helping bring the Huskies back into it all.
Buchanan was the player of the match yesterday against McMaster as that one is fired home by LeMay.
Yeah, substitution has come in now for the Carabins. Christian Lemay. Another one out of Ottawa, coming from the Ottawa Mavericks Volleyball Club. Mortensen puts that one down, and I may be biased as having been a former player and coach of the Ottawa Mavericks, but I do think they are one of the premier clubs in the nation. Of course, quite a few Mavericks in the attendance here.
Hey, it's only biased if you can't back it up, but they're a success story, right?
Oh, they absolutely are. They've won a few 18U national championships and have sent a number of athletes to the national teams, I should say, both on the women's and the men's side, as well as the beach.
Right.
Jordan Canham is another athlete coming from the Mavericks club as well.
And Canham and the Golden Bears will be in action later today. The two semifinal matches should be exciting to watch. The second session in day number 2 of the U Sports National Championships.
You know what? Montreal kind of ran away with the first one, and here Sask is pulling away with that 19-14 lead, up by 5. And we've got quite a few. Yesterday we were trying to play the game of, is it St. Patty's Day? Are they cheering for the Huskies with all the green in the crowd? And today, there's no doubt about it, as there's quite a few Saskatchewan fans in the crowd. Where's the guy with the trumpet? Is he around? Because that was a great touch last night.
It was. I was surprised they let that trumpet in.
He might have had to sneak that one in.
I would not want to be the person sitting in front of that trumpet.
Yeah. Actually, last weekend at the CCAA, the Sherbrooke college team had a few parents with small vuvuzela horns that were just piercing. And I really liked their team, but I hated those horns.
Yes.
Oh, great pass.
Right into that block. Latour Bourgeois was there.
Yeah, the set just not there for Buchanan from Armstrong. They ran that 31, and the height was good, but just the distances we saw. Buchanan was kind of reaching for it, and a couple points in a row here from the Carabins, and that's gonna just force Sean McKay to kind of settle things down. You don't want the other team to gain too much momentum in a situation like this. You really want to allow your guys to settle things down, stop that run, and get back to business when you have a lead like this.
Talk a little bit about Sean McKay behind the Huskies bench, joining them back in the 2019-2020 season, and the job he's done behind the Huskies bench.
You know what? There's very few young coaches in this country that I respect as much as Sean McKay. Of course, I got to watch him quite a bit. I actually played him a little bit in club when he played for the Sudbury Stacks. He's just a year older than I am. And then got to watch him, lead that Western Mustangs team, especially to their silver medal back in 2014. They upset Trinity Western 2 years in a row. And then since then, I've had the opportunity to coach with him as well. And he's so smart and so thorough with his work, but he's such a player's coach. He's the ultimate bro. Guys love playing for him. We've seen his success after leaving Ontario at SAIT in the ACAC in Alberta, helping them go far. He's coached for Team Alberta, now moved to Saskatchewan, working with the Huskies and was an assistant coach to Joel Dick for that Canada Games team this summer. So much respect for what Sean McKay is doing, and now that this is finally his team and he's the one leading it, I expect to see the Huskies continue to be a force in the Canada West and in U Sports volleyball.
They're going to rule double contact there, and now make it a 20-16 advantage, and impressive to see what McKay has done behind the bench, and a couple of recently retired players joining the coaching staffs, and they're doing effective jobs. You see that with Trinity Western as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially for a team like Saskatchewan with everything that happened with the coaching situation. Like, McKay didn't get the job back until the fall, like September. which is so late to be able to get a job. They lost a massive player who was a U Sports All-Rookie team player in Skylar Varga last year. He went to go play for Long Beach due to all of the coaching confusion. So it's fantastic to see how McKay has brought this team together to be able to bring them to the national championship. And that was close. Yeah. That was real close. I think if we had a Hawkeye here, we might see that oblong ball just barely touching the line on that one.
Well, big point. It's 21-17 instead of 2018 as Huskies will serve here. That one out of play, so turn the ball back over.
Huskies just want to stay calm, cool, collected here, and just play point to point.
Wallow on the service. Huskies will start from the back and then they'll send it over. Oh, and an effective play there by Maxime Saint-Denis.
Yeah, Dylan Mortensen did well to spot that Saint-Denis was putting that ball over, but he was just a touch too late on the block. That ball going way out of bounds. Now we have 21-19.
The Carabins have fought back into this second set. Sending that one right back over was the libero, Ethan Smith. Oh, hammer time for William Bisson. And it's a 1-point game.
Bisson, once again, has been so good. That's his 12th point of the match. We're only 2 sets in.
And a timeout called here by the Huskies.
You know, Sean McKay calling that timeout. We were talking about him just now. Big shout out to my informant, let's say, that it looks like Sean McKay will actually be an assistant coach on the junior national team this summer for Team Canada.
Excited and well-earned, right?
Well-earned, absolutely well-earned. He's done it in 3 different provinces now, in Ontario and Alberta and Saskatchewan. And as I said, in terms of, he's only 32 years old. And in terms of young coaches, I think he's right up there.
And you mentioned how he's a bit of a player's coach, you know, like really connects with his players. And that's probably so important, especially as student athletes. You've got so much going on, schoolwork, the whole workload with that, and coming in every day. You want it to be a positive atmosphere, and that certainly looks to be the case with the Huskies.
Yeah, 100%. I was sitting behind the bench last night, listening to him talk during the McMaster game, and he was, you know, I really loved how we were doing this, and I loved it. This could be an area that we're doing better, whereas maybe some of those old school coaches would just lay into their team, especially after that first set loss, but he didn't. He just calmly went through it, and you know, once again, I've had the opportunity to coach with him, and he's just so smart. The way he dissects the game is so good, and there's no surprise that he's having that type of success as Mortensen comes flying out of that timeout with the kill.
Real good second set for Dylan Mortensen and a big point.
Yeah, Lemaire not able to pick that one up.
So 22-20. Huskies inching closer to winning their first set of the tournament. A job by Cassis to keep that one up. Oh my goodness, that came back over. It hit off of number 10 on the Huskies. That was Mark Armstrong and finished off.
Mamer, such a good job. Such good hustle on both sides. Yacine Cassis, 2 fantastic digs. Armstrong taking it off the chest, and Mamer finishing it all off. Great work by both teams, and hey, that's national level volleyball, and you gotta love it.
Out of the timeout, where it was starting to get a little bit worrisome for the Huskies, the Saskatchewan team reels off back-to-back kills from Mortensen and Mamer, and they're just 2 points away from drawing even here in the consolation game.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was just about to say before that point that I wouldn't be surprised here if the Carabins came back strong, and they almost did. That was a big swing by Lemaire down the line, but Armstrong was in perfect position. And in volleyball, a swing like that is probably upwards of 110 kilometers an hour, so they're speeding on the highway with that shot. All you can do is be standing in position because there's no way you can react to it. There's about 6 meters between where the ball is being hit and the defense is standing. So, you know, all you can do is stand in position, and that's exactly what Armstrong did.
And just pray it doesn't go off right off your nose or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, that's people say that sometimes volleyball might be a bit of a safer sport. There's a non-contact sport in a way, but I think Armstrong would disagree with you after that shot.
Well, at this level, the guys are hitting it so hard. There has to be an element of danger involved in that.
Absolutely. I had a coach in college who once said that being set the ball is an opportunity for violence.
2 points away are the Huskies. Great serve! Levi Olsen bringing the heat.
Yeah, absolutely. And talking about an opportunity for violence, he was strong on that ball right there. It was Olsen.
Set point now for the Huskies. A chance at evening this one up. Olsen, another good serve. That's going to be just floated over. Oh, getting there again was Armstrong. And Saskatchewan point. They take the second set. So close.
Mamer shot that one out of bounds, but it looks like Montreal was all over the net there, and now we're all tied up at 1. It's now a best of 3.
25-20 is how the Huskies get it done in set number 2. What does the third set have in store at the U Sports Men's Volleyball Championship between the Montreal Carabins and the University of Saskatchewan Huskies? Live coverage continues on CBC Sports. And welcome back inside the Burridge Gymnasium in Hamilton, Ontario for day number 2 of the U Sports Men's Volleyball Championship. Just about set for set number 3 between the Carabins and the Huskies in Consolation game number 2. And we were talking before this one, Everett, how we thought it might be a real close one, maybe go the distance. And after that first set, we didn't know, but a good response in that second set by the Huskies.
Yeah, absolutely. That's their first win of the tournament. You'll love to see it. A team that has grinded to get here, so love to see them having that success, and they did way better, in that second set, spreading up the offense a little bit and making it work. The Carabins were not nearly as dominant there, and you know what? Now it's a best of 3. It's basically 0-0, so let's get after it again.
Really impressive from what we're seeing from Dylan Mortensen, especially in that second set, really picking up his game and a big part of that Saskatchewan offense.
Yeah, absolutely. 4 kills in the set there from Mortensen, and he's a guy that really needs to help lead this team. He's their top scorer this year and needs to be that guy again right now for the Huskies.
So just about set for set number 3 between the Huskies and the Carabins. As you mentioned, now just a best of 3. Just about set for what has been a great tournament here at McMaster. Hear from a lot of the players and coaches. So glad to be back here at the Burridge Gymnasium, and a great event and weekend so far here in Hamilton.
Yeah, I think this place is about to pop off too with the next match.
Yep.
The home team, McMaster Marauders, taking on the Trinity Western Spartans in the semifinals, but still, we've still got a great match here in this Consolation final, or Consolation semifinal number 2, as the Carabins get us started off with that Pool Bourgeois putting it down.
So 1-0 advantage for Montreal. That one's dug out and finished off by number 1, Jack Magoo.
Magoo there. He hasn't seen too much volume yet. That's only his 3rd set of the match, but it's a good option there for the Huskies to go right back to him because they need to vary up their offense a little bit. There's so many hands in front of Mortensen and Olsen whenever they're swinging.
Another big serve from Olsen, and that one can't be finished off by Boileau. So 2-1 as the serve will stay with Levi Olsen, who has got quite the arm. You see it there. That one's going to go right back over. Chance for the Huskies to attack, and there it is from Dylan Mortensen again.
Yeah, Mortensen is going to start to heat up here, I think. And it's going to be interesting to see how the Carabin can weather the Huskies' storm because they are starting to play and play hard.
Olsen, another great serve. It'll be tough for the Carabin here, right into that block. We'll go again, Bisson! What a job there. As Olsen got that one back up, and here come the Huskies on the attack, right into that block. Carabin able to recover here. Bisson! Oh, and Armstrong nearly got that one back, but finished off by Guillaume Bisson.
Yeah, absolutely. Just such good defense there by the Huskies, and even though they weren't able to bring it back, that would have been another dig there by Armstrong.
A few balls in this game where he's being able to somehow send back, as that one's going to find the net. Jack Magoo, the Estevan, Saskatchewan native.
Oh, there's the trumpet. Let's make it a comeback.
It's back. Carabin, Bisson!
Oh. You know, Magoo was in such a good position there, and Bisson has been so rarely stopped this afternoon and in general in this tournament so far. And you know what? A dig is special, but a middle dig, oh man, that's even better.
Especially from the 6'9" Jack Magoo, as it's a 4-3 advantage here for the Huskies. And make that 5-3 as a service error there.
Yeah, Capshaw, Lato Bourgeois taking too much of a cut at that one, way out of bounds. 5-3 for the Huskies as Mortensen is back to serve.
Oh, great serve there. And finished off there by Buchanan.
You can hear that one. It hit like a bullet off the chest there of Boileau. And Buchanan's there to put it down. Such a smart shot, putting it underneath the arms of Maxime Saint-Denis.
Great serving in this 3rd set, especially from Olsen, and now Mortensen. That one's going to go out of bounds, though.
Oh. Down goes the curtains and everything else. Mortensen just missed the net on that.
Those curtains were not going to last long. They're shaking out there every time they get hit. As Olsen, first touch, and the last.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God, sent right back by Boileau. Yacine Cassis. Oh, Buchanan.
That was a big play there.
Buchanan making an impact here in the consolation game. As a little bit of delay here. We got the court wiped, and they're going over it as the volunteer where exactly they want the court to be cleaned off, but looks to be all good. Appreciate the work of all the volunteers at this tournament.
Yeah, volunteers are the lifeblood of just sport in general, right? They're needed at this level, the junior level, the international level. You wouldn't believe how tough it is to find volunteers sometimes for international competition. So we appreciate everyone who comes out and helps out like this right now.
A great community of Hamilton and the McMaster University family. Great hosts, as always, of the tournament. As Isaiah Mamer is now ready to serve. It's a big one. Boileau got the first touch, and that's a delicate little finish there by Bisson.
Bisson has shown us so much power so far in this match, and that one just a little chip shot over top, a nice little rollie, and it scores, and that's just the testament to how powerful he's been, because by the time he goes up, you're just on your heels ready for him to swing hard.
Buchanan, he has been a force.
Beautiful swing there by Buchanan, and he's so crafty. He doesn't really get too many clean kills, but if there's hands in front of him, he's going to target them.
Good serve from him. Oh, the misdirection there from Armstrong, and finished off, though, by the Carabin.
Boileau finishes that one, but it's all credit goes to Yacine Cassis, the libero in the back row. He dug that setter's dump so well to pull the Carabin within 2.
Vidal Redin on the service here for the Carabin. Olsen!
And Olsen is another guy that, I think Sask is best when they challenge the block, right? They love to challenge the block. They don't set the most varied offense. They're not running intricate plays. They're not seeing a lot of one-on-ones, but they love to swing hard at the block.
Went up against one of the best blocks yesterday against the McMaster Marauders, and McMaster just looks so dialed in at the moment, firing on all cylinders and phases of the game. As bit of a rally here. Bisson looking to end it. Kept alive though. Here's Olsen drawing the contact and winning the point.
Just the workman approach right now for the Saskatchewan Huskies. Doesn't necessarily have to be pretty, as a great dig by Olsen in the back row. Mortensen turns around to get it up.
A great server Olsen is. That's a great serve. That one off the block. Huskies able to regroup. Magoo was blocked there by the Carabin, and that one brought back up from St. Denis Blast. Here's another back blast, but a big time block there by the Carabin. It's gonna go out of bounds though.
Yeah, Saskatchewan just taking this 1 point at a time. They're making digs, they're making blocks, and they're swinging the ball out of system.
Levi Olsen, high toss.
Wow!
My goodness.
That was a big swing there from Olsen out of the back row, and you know what? We saw almost nothing from the Saskatchewan team in set number 1. They were much better in set number 2, and they've been fantastic so far in set number 3.
Yeah, one of the best servers in the country, 6th in the nation when it comes to service aces per set. And in his last time serving, they won a lot of points because of his big-time services and able to just dictate the point from the jump. 12-7, the Huskies are in front here. Or as the Carabin, who took that opening set pretty easily, 25-15, dropped the second, 25-20, and now it's the Huskies with the 12-7 lead in the third.
Yeah, you know what? After that first set, I really thought we might just be seeing a quick one here. Not that the Huskies aren't up to the task, but they didn't seem to be mentally in it. But luckily, that coaching staff got these boys back into it, and the Huskies have just been working point to point to point. And I think sometimes it's important to remember that volleyball, you can only score 1 point at a time. and it's a really, and you can kind of get caught up in it all, right? So you just focus on the 1 point at hand. You know, so many teams that we've heard talk about in the press conferences, they're only thinking about one game at a time, and it's even more important to only think about 1 point at a time.
Number 6, Levi Olson.
Olsen on to serve again.
Wow.
Big serve. See how the Caravans go to the attack, and it's Boisson again.
Yeah, now the system swing, and Boisson well behind the attack line. He's got 3 blockers in front of him. Would like to maybe see him attack that block, instead chooses to try to go around it, and he goes right around to out of bounds.
Olsen, wow, what a serve. They're gonna have to just send that one over, are the Caravans. Opportunity now for the Huskies. Joust at the net, and it's able to be finished off there by the Huskies as they continue to reel off points off the serve of Levi Olsen.
And set was a little tight there by Armstrong. Mamer does a great job to win that joust against Saint Denis, who I can attest is a pretty strong dude, so that's not easy. But Olsen has been blasting from the baseline and does it again there.
Bisson kept up there by Armstrong.
Oh,
That was going to go out.
that's so tough there for the Saskatchewan Huskies as Mortensen sends that ball out of bounds. Not only were they continuing on a great service run by Levi Olsen, but they were able to dig Bisson, which they haven't been able to do often this afternoon. And if they were able to convert that into a point, that's such a momentum builder, even though they already have a lot.
And that one nearly dropped in for Boileau. He thought it did, but an error. Jack Magoo now for the Huskies. Really gonna go to, oh, what a blast there.
Lemay, Christian Lemay coming out and coming with some force as we're seeing a substitution coming in to serve for the Carabin, Frédéric Boulian.
Tristan Lemay from Castleman, Ontario, a small town on the way to Quebec. It's 15-9 now for the Huskies. Back set, misfired.
That's a phaser, as we saw that one had very little spin and kept floating out of bounds.
So a couple of points here for the Montreal Carabins as they look to climb back into this third set. Now a 5-point deficit. The Huskies and Isaiah Mamer, attacking error there.
Yeah, just a great serving substitution by the Carabin, bringing in Boulian, as both of those last serves have put the Huskies out of system. Almost thought that Sean McKay was going to call a timeout there, but he just wanted to adjust something in that serve receive. Let's see how they can respond here.
Boulian on the serve again. Huskies looking to respond, and they do with Buchanan.
And you know what? Buchanan has been your spark plug so far in this match. Absolutely, you're in a tough situation. That wasn't even a great pass, and Armstrong had to force it a little bit, but great job to go over to Buchanan there, and he puts it down. Really important to stop that run there by Boulian.
5-point lead, make it 4.
Looking over to Levi Olsen there, and he's signaling to the ref that he wants a touch on that ball, and I think the only person who was touching that might have been the person in the back row.
So Saint Denis certainly at 12-16. Oh, weird serve there. That one just clipped over the net. Free ball here for the Carabin. That one slapped out of bounds.
As you can tell, you can tell that Saint Denis is not happy with his set on that one. It was a little low, little inside. Lemay had to bring that elbow down, chip it down the line. Unfortunately, unable to put it inside the court.
Hamer and the Huskies looking to close this one out, build on that 5-point lead. And they will here off the lead lead is 6 points now as we're going to get a timeout here called by Montreal Carabin head coach Gazi Guidera. Joined the Carabin as head coach back in 2017 and led them to multiple Final Eights.
Yeah, you know, this Montreal team came flying out in that first set, and since then the pushback from Sask has kind of had them a little befuddled. But we did see the Huskies grow this lead in the last set, and the Carabin kind of chip away at it. So this is exactly why Gezi is calling this coach right now, this timeout right now, because this is the time when they need to start making points back. Sask is only 7 points away from taking the set, and there is 6 points behind, so they need to start getting some steals right now.
In this third set, Saskatchewan continuing where they left off in the second, 12 of 21. 12 kills on 21 total attacks in the second, 10 on 19, which is 2 errors here in the third.
Yeah, you're seeing here in the hitting percentage, Montreal hitting over 500 in that first set, which is unreal. Sask just below 200, and then it flopped. 429 for Sask in the second, 130 for Montreal in the second, 421 for Sask in the third, 105 for Montreal in the third.
The rookie Maimer with another good serve. Oh, hammer time there for Bisson.
Yeah, there's one guy who's been going hard, though, for the Montreal Carabin has been Guillaume Bisson. And that time on the left side, just blasting through the block of Armstrong.
Huskies go to the attack here, and off the block is Dylan Mortensen.
Mortensen, once again, he's a guy that really needs to score a lot of points for this Huskies team, and that's such a high-level shot going after the top of the block.
Mortensen 8 kills today as Huskies inching closer to that 20-point mark. Oh, that one's brought down with authority. And we get some subs here, but good response from Nidal Redin, the Carabin.
Yeah, seeing his knee is taped up pretty heavily, and he's limping a little bit, so I wonder what happened there. We'll monitor that for all of you at home.
14-19, Carabin serving. Great dig out there by Isinger, and finished off by the Huskies.
Once again, a little bit of space there for Mortensen coming out of the C ball. As that Tour Bourgeois bit on the middle first, had a bit of a block there between Guadeloupe and Latour Bourgeois, and Mortensen's gonna make that kill very often.
He saw off the block and into the crowd.
That Guadeloupe there was a great swing over there on the left side. He came out firing, has calmed down a little bit, but still he's gonna need to heat up quite a bit here for the Carabin.
Saskatchewan 5 points away now. Great dig there from Ethan Smith. Good block there from Latour Bourgeois. Passed over, and here come the Carabin. Oh, a block!
That is a huge one-on-one block there by Mortensen. And that's a massive point here for the Huskies, shutting down the ace of the Carabin. One-on-one, you see with the fist pumped, these Huskies are ready to go.
Inching closer to taking this third set. Great serve from Olsen. Oh, my goodness! Mortensen taking over!
I think Yasin Cassis saw his life flash before his eyes a little bit as Mortensen turned. Like, such good awareness there. Often on the overbump, you just try to fist it down as hard as you can. You know, a little bit of a show-off play, but he did it by also putting it away from where everyone was.
Olsen finds the net. That's big for the Carabin. He is difficult server to receive, and now they'll have a chance. Down 6 points here in a set. It's gonna be tough to mount a comeback here. Yassine Cassis keeping that one up. Great job
dig
by the other libero, Ethan Smith. Oh, right into that block. Battle for it at the net. Carabin will try the attack again. Ooh. Oh, sent back up by Ethan Smith and hammered down. Yassine Cassis, the response. These two liberos going head to head here. And another attack. Oh, that was nifty from Mamer.
Mamer with the off-speed shot. And that was honestly one of the best rallies we've seen all day. Back and forth, big digs on either side. And Mamer doing so good to have the awareness at the right side, is playing defense there in one. Goes crossbody, cuts it back. Beautiful shot there by the first year.
Jack McGoo. And the Huskies just 2 points away here. Oh, great job there by St. Denis to recover for the Carabin. Here come the Huskies.
Buchanan loaded up for that one and unloaded on the ball as we see here. Free ball situation, and he cocked it back and banged on him.
Set point in the hands of Mr. Jack McGoo, the Estevan, Saskatchewan native. Out of bounds. Not done yet. The big Pierre-Charles Latour-Bourgeois, standing 6'7", will send it over here. Facing a set point here in the third. Here come the Huskies, and it's going to be Carabin point, as that didn't find anything from Mortensen.
No, I wonder if Mortensen heard the Carabin bench talking a little smack about him, because it looked like he was on a mission right to the Carabin bench. As you can see some of their staff, I think their light flashed before their eyes a little bit.
So another serve here, still set point. Oh my goodness, what a big blast from Mortensen. Good recovery from the Carabin. Bisson off the block.
Great response here from the Carabin. Once again, you're still 5 points back. They have set point. It's quite a bit against the odds to come back in this set. However, this is a huge momentum builder for set four for the Carabin. If they lose it, they're only going to be a set down, and they're going to need anything they can get to try to force a fifth.
Yeah, 3 straight set points fought off there by the Montreal Carabin. Great fight from them, and still got 5 more to fight off, but it's all about building confidence heading into set number 4. Even if you don't take this set, a positive next step, as you alluded to, Everett, and the Huskies, you know, they don't want to wait too long to close this one out, because that's going to go the opposite way for them. Even if they win that set and they're really forced to the limit, might not be the best heading into the next.
100%. If you win the set, it's kind of like if you have a two-goal lead in hockey and you give up a goal right before the period ends. Right. You're going to go into the dressing room a little bit deflated, while the other team is going to go in pumped up with so much belief. It's the same thing. You want to close off the set with a high note.
So this one, we expected a close one, and we might be getting that. It's now a best of 3, as the two teams split the opening 2 sets, but still set point here. And that's how the third set will end. A service error for the Carabin, and the Saskatchewan Huskies will take it 25-19.
Yeah, nice little coach's point there for Sean McKay. Ice the server a little bit, reset your guys, and that one was blasted in almost to the bottom tape.
So the Carabin took the first set 25-15, but it's the Saskatchewan Huskies reeling off the last 2, 25-20, 25-19 in the third. Fourth set coming up from the Burge Gymnasium in Hamilton, Ontario, for the U Sports Men's Volleyball National Championships on CBC Sports.
This season, catch the best in Atlantic University sport excitement at home or on the go with AUS TV. Soccer, rugby, football, volleyball, hockey, basketball, and more. Tune in at AUSTV.ca. All your favorite university teams showcasing their talents in one place. AUS TV, powered by Bell Alliant. They bring it to the court. They bring it to the field. They bring it to the ice. And now they bring it to you. Presented by Subway, the official fuel of Atlantic University sport.
Unbelievable. History has repeated itself.
Get the stories behind the glory. Watch, listen, stream, read CBC Sports.
Hey, U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
And we welcome you back inside the Burridge Gymnasium for the second Consolation match. A spot in the 5th place game on the line between the Saskatchewan Huskies and the Carabin de Montreal, who, after taking that first set 25-15, have dropped back-to-back against the Huskies, and it'll be exciting to see what the 4th set has in store. The Saskatchewan Huskies had a whole lot of set points, serving, I believe it was at 25-16, and then, or 24-16 rather, and then the Montreal Carabin fight off 3 set points, end up losing it on the service error after the timeout was called by Sean McKay, but great promise shown by Montreal Carabin in the latter stages of that 3rd set, and I don't think anyone's counting them out heading into this 4th set. So as we mentioned, no medal chances for either of these teams. A loss yesterday puts them out of contention for that, but certainly a whole lot on the line, including a spot in the 5th place match, and at the end of the day, pride. It's all about playing for pride out there. These are the 8 best teams in the nation, and that won't change from yesterday to today. A real good crop of teams. Only one could be champion. Semifinals will be later on today, but for now it's the second match in the day session. And we're underway here in the 4th set. Julian Bisson with the service error, as will be the big Mark Armstrong serving for the Huskies. Matthew Davison alongside Everett Delorme for the call of this one, as the Carabin respond with that one from Latour Bourgeois.
Absolutely, and we're going to be looking to see, first of all, Guillaume Bisson has been averaging 5 kills a set so far in this match, which is huge. But I would like to see a little bit more of a varied offense. I think going to him and only having him being the guy who's scoring all the points has kind of hurt the Carabin a little bit, but we see Alexis Tournier come back in, and that was a big swing, his first in the return to this match.
And Tournier is someone who's averaged 6 kills per set through the regular season, and a lot of weapons, but you're right, a lot of Bisson tonight as the Carabin look to force this one into a 5th set. Keep saying tonight, but it is 5 o'clock, so not quite tonight. Oh, a big-time play, Levi Olson.
Yeah, you know, when we've been in the gym since like 11 a.m., like us, it does start to feel like tonight. But interestingly enough, I just ran to go to the bathroom, and there is already a serious lineup to get into this gym for the next match. I'm expecting another sellout crowd here at the Burridge.
Great turnout here at McMaster. Saw Jerry D a little bit earlier today, a great volleyball fan.
Yeah, his kids play in Toronto. We've already actually had a few volleyball shoutouts as well on his Mr. D show.
Right.
And Tournier 2 for 2 early coming back into this game. We saw him completely whiff on that ball. They brought in the man, but you know, if you're going to have to win at the national championships, you need some of your best players on the court.
Carabin.
Three for three now for Tournier.
Yes, he's being involved here in this third.
You know, just as I said, you need to go away a little bit from Bisson. That's exactly what the Carabin and Max Saint-Denis do. 3 kills already for Tournier in this 4th set, and there's no doubt about it. They want a 5th. They don't want to go home just yet.
Oh, and a service ace there for Latour Bourgeois.
Yeah, a big 5-2 lead here, up by 3 are the Carabin. I said it earlier, I would not be surprised if this one goes 5, and that's the way it's looking right now.
Would be the first match to go 5 sets. As it's a 5-2 advantage here for the Carabin. That one just floated over and winning that point at the net, Mamer.
Mamer, the first year, flexing those muscles. That joust at the net right on top. He pushes second. He gets the point. Maxon, and he ends up on the ground.
Take me through the strategy during those jousts.
I mean, it's typical that the second one who's pushed is going to win it, but a joust is such a bang-bang play. You're only touching the ball for less than a second. And of course, strength comes into it quite a bit. Another good answer there from the middle. That's Viden with a nice swing. That knee is still taped, but he's still out here being a warrior.
5 points for him today. High toss for Saint-Denis. A good serve here as that one's right into the block of Redin. And no one there. As that point's going to go for the Carabin.
Yeah, just a little bit of a tight set there by Armstrong. And I'm wondering when Sean McKay he's made his way closer up, and I wonder when he's going to call for that timeout here. Ooh.
That might delay his decision a little bit. There's a service error, puts the ball in the hands of Dylan Mortensen, who has been good today.
Yeah, the Huskies need somewhat of a spark here. Let's see if Mortensen give it to them from the baseline.
Ooh.
There we go.
Did exactly that.
We see Mortensen just crushes that ball into the outstretched arms there of Armstrong.
And Armstrong picking up his first kill of the day. He's been so effective in multiple areas of the game, including some impossible digs. 7-5 now. Fighting back in this one are the Huskies. Oh, Besson looking to go cross court and missed.
Yeah, that's only his 4th error of the day. Besson, before that, was swinging a 4-4-8. And the Huskies were down early, and now they're right back into this one. It doesn't look like Gazi Guidara is going to call a timeout just yet. Wants to see his team work his way out of it, but Mortensen is a heavy server back there from the baseline.
6-3 to 6 all.
Oh, just long.
So the powerful Alexis Tournier to serve now.
Oh.
A powerful ball, but an even better block.
Yeah, you got to swing hard to get blocked hard, and that's exactly what happened there by Levi Olsen. And Boileau, he might not be the biggest guy on the court, but he can jump, and a good press at the perfect time there shuts down Olsen.
That one fired home. Isaiah Mamer.
Been very impressed by Mamer so far in this game. For a first year on this stage, very poised, and he's able to find different ways to score.
Back and forth start to this 4th set here. Carabins will set up their attack right into that block. Buchanan got involved for the Huskies. There's an attack, but out of bounds for Mortensen.
Oh, that's a tough one there. You know Mortensen's going to want that one back. That would have brought them within one. Instead, it's a 3-point lead for the Carabin.
Crowd getting loud here. A pretty good crowd for the Consolation games here in the early session of the day at the Burrs Gymnasium. 10-7 here. Olsen, and putting his hand on it was Ridan, trying for that dig out.
Yeah, I thought maybe Maxime Saint-Denis would have a chance to get there. As a decent up there by Ridan, but unfortunately just too far away for his outstretched arm.
Cannon on the serve. Carabin will try it again, and finished off by Boileau. 10 points for him.
Boileau has really come alive here for the Carabin, as they're looking for other guys other than Bisson after 18 points in 3 sets of play. It's starting to get tiresome a little bit. Armstrong, great chase to the bench there.
Oh my goodness. Jack Magoo was there, but it's going to go out of bounds. Great recovery after that big blast on the serve from Bisson. But the Carabin are able to capitalize off that free ball, and timeout called by Sean McKay.
Not at all surprised here from the answer from the Montreal Carabin. This is a very well-coached team, a highly skilled team. For them to lose the way they had in the past 2 sets, you could feel that they were leaving a little bit on the court, and now they're going for all of it.
We were talking about McKay earlier in the match, and how about the job that Gazi Guidera has done behind the bench of the Montreal Carabin?
And Gazi came in, and for so long, Laval was just the best team in the RSQ. For over a decade, they won every single RSQ, and then finally in 2018, the Montreal Carabin were able to break that streak. And he's really brought in a level of professionalism into this team, and since then they've really been competitors on the national level. And I mean, hey, I think that's exactly why Sherbrooke went out and got a Tunisian for their own in Fedi Abed. And it's funny, the resurgence here of RSQ volleyball has come not from the province of Quebec as much itself, but from the infusion of some international talent in the shape of Guidera and Fedi Abed.
That's a good point. All right, so out of the timeout, Bisson's back to serve. Good serve again from him. Great dig out there as the Carabin look to go to the attack. Bisson was neutralized, and the Huskies and Olsen right into that block. They're going to set up Olsen again, and this time he fires it out of bounds.
Yacine Cassis was right there to read that ball perfectly, and the block has just been all over Olsen so far in this set. You see here on the replay, he tried to go cross court. I would rather see him just continuing to challenge that block.
Diving out of the way of that ball is Dylan Olsen and the Huskies, as that one's going to go out of play. 13-9 now, the Carabin in front. And Mark Armstrong, who didn't see a lot of playing time in the conference playoffs, has been a factor in this one. On the serve here. As that one's fired home by the leaping Julien Boileau.
Boileau there coming down and rolling, a bit of a parkour. Office style, of course, to get himself up there. But Montreal, just like Boileau, are rolling.
Here's his serve. In the air. Mortensen, oh, what a play! Cassis was there, and fired out of bounds.
Bisson starting to slow down here in this fourth set, and Saskatchewan still trails by 4, but this is the point now with Olsen at the baseline. We saw that run that he had in the last set. Can he do it again?
Big serve here. Oh, and that one is not going to be tracked down as a big-time kill for the Carabin, Alexis Tournier, who is being real good here in this fourth. Five-point advantage for the Montreal Carabin. Here's the serve. Oh, and batted down by Jack Magoo.
Great job there from Armstrong. We've seen how the Carabin have really been able to read his offense so far and get 2 to 3 blockers in front of the outside hitters time and time again. So great job for him to force the middle a little bit. We haven't seen Magoo too much offensively, and to put it down.
Oh, right into that block, a double block. Mortensen getting most of the contact there. We take another look at that big play for the Huskies. Jack Magoo, light serve, and Carabin will go to the attack. There is Mortensen again on the block.
Good dig.
Magoo. That one from Mamer. Able to be sent back by the Carabin. Here they go again. And smart little touch from Dylan Mortensen.
Yeah, that set a little low, a little tight from Mortensen. A block in his face. All he can do is push it off, and he does it well. And that big lead by the Carabin has evaporated as they just lead by 2 now.
It was 15-10, and now it is 15-13 as the Carabin call a timeout with the Saskatchewan Huskies fighting back in this one, and 2 really good sets after that disappointing first set for the Huskies, and here they're fighting back, and what we thought would be a close one is exactly what we're seeing.
Yeah, absolutely, and the Huskies have a never-say-die mentality, and we've seen that time and time again from them this season. They were actually down 0-1 at home against the UBC Thunderbirds. They trailed in the third and deciding match as well in that series, and they were still able to figure it out. So this is not a team that is ready to go to sleep. This is not a team that is ready to go home. I mean, I'm sure they don't have their flights booked until Monday, but this is a team that wants to play tomorrow. It means a lot to them to go from there.
Taking a look at the stats, the 2 teams are dead even in terms of attacks. Both have 97, 44 kills to 42 kills. Montreal in front, 17 errors compared to 13. Montreal with more errors is there's a service error, and that will turn the ball over to Maxime Saint-Denis.
Yeah, tough way for Saskatchewan's run to end, however. That's a coach's point there for Gessy Guidara.
Oh, hammered down Buchanan.
That was a perfect situation there for Buchanan. Middles love taking that first ball. He gets the pass. He knows the exact rhythm that he needs, and he turns it back to 1. A great swing by the spark plug, Buchanan.
He is certainly that, a spark plug, and we are really going down to the wire here. 16-14, right into that block. Carabins will have to try it again. Float it over. Good touch there by Buchanan there for the Huskies. They continue to do battle, setting up the attack. Oh! Isaiah Mamer!
Wow, and that's a huge play there for the Huskies. They pulled themselves within 1, but it's also a momentum builder. Off the block and unable to handle it was the player of the year from the RSCQ. Wow, the Huskies have really clawed their way back into this one.
It is now 16-15, that one going out of play.
Still, though, the Huskies were trailing by as much as 5 here in this fourth set, and now they're right there alongside, only trailing by 2.
Alexis Tournier with the serve. Oh my goodness, Buchanan a blast.
He is feeling it right now. Look at that. Just so much room to swing at. That ball was in his window. He had so much time to swing. He turned and he burned that one down the line.
So now 1-point lead. Again, it's the Huskies fighting back here. We've seen the first touch. Oh, great job there by Tournier. Sent right back. Yassine Cassis was there. And he's there again. St. Denis. Bisson neutralized there. And here comes the Huskies attack. Olsen off the block. Setting up this attack again are the Carabins. Right into the double block. And it falls over. Oh, nearly for Buchanan.
You know what? That was such a smart play there by Julien Boileau on the net. Armstrong was pulling away from it. Boileau opted not to touch it, right? Which didn't give that extra ball because Armstrong was waiting for that push to be able to push back. He didn't get it. Such a heads-up play there by Julien Boileau. But once again, such great volleyball by both these teams.
18-16 now. And they're gonna set up Olsen. My goodness, what a blast. That one comes into our area here.
Yeah, that one came in with some pace there by Levi Olsen, as we can see, off the shoulder of Boileau.
So right as the Carabins build the 2-point cushion, the Huskies seem to fight right back. Looking to tie things up here at 18, and it's Jake Rapin, the setter, on the serve. That one sent over there by Boileau, and right into that block. And it's gonna go out of bounds. A good hit there for the Huskies.
Yeah, just like that, we are all tied up here in set number 4. And the Huskies are rolling. They are a dangerous team right now.
18 apiece here in the 4th. Here come the Carabins. Great block there by number 10, Armstrong. Armstrong the set. Couldn't be finished off there by Magoo. Another battle for it up the net. Cassis and sent back. What a play by Boileau.
Armstrong opted not to block on that one. He went up and pulled, and he comes down and says sorry immediately, as you know that Boileau was going to be looking for the wipe. That ball was tight, but Mortensen was unable to handle it down the base or down the sideline.
The Carabins with that lead back.
Oh, big dig.
Is that one right into that block, but again, it's Boileau.
I thought that one was going to be a block for Saskatchewan, as John McKay calls a timeout. They were there, they were waiting, it is out of system, but such a strong swing by Boileau to go off the block and out of bounds for the Carabins. If you look at how this Carabin offense is coming together, they've really pulled together to put multiple guys putting up a lot of points on the board.
It's really been the Carabins leading, playing this one from the front. Huskies looking to come back. The lead was as much as 15-10, but Huskies not allowing the Carabins to take this set over. And now it's 20-18 as the Carabins want to play a 5th and deciding set here at the Burge Gymnasium.
Yeah, absolutely, man. This set has been awesome. It's been back and forth, and we've really seen it all. Just 2 quality programs going toe-to-toe. You can't help but love it. It's going to set us up for some fantastic semifinals tonight.
First up will be the Trinity Western Spartans against the McMaster Marauders, which should be a good one. Alberta against Sherbrooke in the nightcap. But at hand here, 4th set, close one, 20-18, Carabins in front. Finished off by Dylan Mortensen.
Wado not exactly agreeing with that one. It looks like he doesn't think he touched it, but we got a pretty good look at that. I do believe it went off the tape, off his arms. Armstrong's now back to serve, which means Mortenson's in the front row. 3 offensive options for the Huskies.
Big point here. Oh, kept up there by Armstrong. They're gonna have to send this one over. Carabins with a great opportunity to attack with Boileau. Huskies regroup. Oh, that was fired with a lot of pace on it, but it's gonna go out of bounds.
That one was a bullet there from Levi Olson. The first one he tried to dump over as a free ball. And as he signals to the bench, that was just this close.
Huskies on the attack and bringing it down, Dylan Mortensen.
Massive swing there from Dylan Mortensen as the La Tour Bourgeois bit with the middle, and he had the one-on-one, all the space in the world.
And Levi Olson back to serve. Seen the first touch, and they're gonna send it over for Tournier. Now setting up the attack and finished off Dylan Mortensen again, and we are tied at 21.
So much hype for Dylan Mortensen there as he points to his head to say, I was thinking about that one. Yacine Cassis moves up behind the middle, the triple block to get the tip, but Mortensen's so tall, he's got to be aware that that over top of the block shot is available for him down the line.
Olson, another heavy serve, tapped over there by Saint-Denis. Oh, nearly again from Mortensen, but Cassis the dig, and that one finished off by Bisson.
Bisson was really pushed quickly there, and I wasn't sure if he was going to have enough time, but such a good job to put that one off the block and out of bounds. Such a close point, but we are now into side-out volleyball. Someone needs to get a steal here to be able to win this.
And now we see Marc-Antoine Dion to serve for the Carabins. High toss, a good serve that clipped over the net. That's going to be for Mortensen and ruled Carabin point.
Yeah, that was. He's called on the double. It looks like Olsen wanted that net call, but you know, you guys know how I feel about the net calls. Let the ball determine the play.
So the Carabins just 2 points away to pushing this one to a 5th and deciding set.
That one was in the stratosphere. That was nowhere close to the court.
Too much adrenaline on that one as Saskatchewan Huskies and Jack McGill tied up here. Crucial point. Mishandled there. Boileau, the reception, couldn't handle it.
Yeah, I guess he thought I was going to call a timeout, as that is an uncharacteristic mistake there by Julien Boileau, just slipping through his hands. And you know that one is always going to be a little tough, as it's going to be slippery, especially late into this game.
Wow, so 23 all. This is really coming down to the wire here in the 4th set. Will it be a 4-set win for the Huskies, or will we see a 5th set?
It'll all be how these teams' answers coming out of the timeout. We've seen it time and time again. Usually the team that calls the timeout is able to succeed in the next point. So that's exactly what Montreal would want, to grab that set point. But this has been a fantastic match through and through. It's been awesome to watch.
All right, so 23 apiece between the Carabins de Montreal and the Saskatchewan Huskies in the Consolation game number 2 of the day. On the line, a spot in the 5th place game. And continuing to serve will be Jack Magoo for the Huskies. Out of the timeout, puts it in play. Oh, big block!
Dylan Mortensen. you know, this could potentially be his last game, but he's not ready to hang him up just yet. A massive block that gives us match point Saskatchewan.
Magoo again. Chance to take it in 4 for the Huskies. A good serve. Here come the Carabin. Bisson blocked. They'll try it again. This time it's floated over. A chance for the Huskies, but overplayed there by Buchanan.
Just Armstrong getting a little too excited, and that shoot set to Buchanan was low, was behind him. Not much Buchanan can do on that. So we're all tied up at 24. The Huskies have the chance there.
St. Denis to serve. And they're going to go back to Mortensen. And it's another set point.
Dylan Mortensen is going to be the guy that's probably the guy they should have gone to in the last one. But Mortensen has really brought up his game here. That's kill number 16 for him.
And now he takes a deep breath and heads back to serve with a set point. And a match point. And that one is out.
Oh, that was close.
So the Carabin fight off 2 match points here. And Tournier will serve it for them. Great serve, and nothing can do with that.
Wow. What a response here by Alexis Tournier from the baseline. And for a guy who was subbed out for sets 2 and 3, he has come back with a vengeance here in set 4, giving his team set point with that beautiful ace.
What does he have next? Another great serve. Huskies, and that one is going to be a point and the set, as it was a misfire from Dylan Mortensen, and the Carabin fight back and force this one into a 5th and deciding set.
Yeah, absolutely. We were wanting to, Morton wanted to see the touch there, but generally that's what you see. They had the set point. They weren't able to get it done at point 25, and the Carabin marched back to take set 4 and force the 5th.
All right, 5th and deciding set coming up next on CBC Sports. And we welcome you back inside the Burridge Gymnasium in Hamilton, Ontario, just about set for set number 5 between the Montreal Carabin and the Saskatchewan Huskies. What a match it has been so far. Matthew Davison alongside Everett Delorme, and what do you think the 5th set has in store?
honestly just good volleyball. That's all we've seen this afternoon from these two teams. It's been a back and forth game. We've seen big swings, big digs, big blocks. It's just been truly the cream of the crop. Both of these teams want to get to that 5th place game so bad, and you know what? It looked like for a second there that the Sask Huskies would be able to pull it off in the 4th, but Montreal stormed back.
Cassis, another great dig, and that one finished off there. A big-time blast from Boileau.
Yeah, Boileau is such a strong player. He doesn't look at about 6 foot out there, but he comes in so aggressively and swings so hard. Such a skilled team is this Montreal Carabin.
And a big serve. And the Huskies looking to go to the attack, and that one out of play. Off the hands of big Levi Olson. 2 straight points, one off of this man, Guillaume Bisson's serve, and that'll end it there, a service error from him. So this will send Quinn Buchanan, who has made a big impact in this one, the Lethbridge, Alberta native. Serving here. That one is dug out there by Ethan Smith and finished off, and that's going to go out of bounds. I thought that was going in from Levi Olson.
Let's see if we can see it on the replay. Oh, not the greatest look there on the replay. Can't really tell if that was in or out. But now a 3-1 lead here for the Carabin.
Boileau. Another great play by Ethan Smith, the libero, and this time it's the Carabin again. And an early timeout called by Sean McKay. 5 points into this 5th set.
You know, this is as much as it looks, things are looking great for the Carabin right now. This is a dangerous spot to be in. You don't know how many times I've seen, especially in a 5th set when you're only going to 15, a team go up early, they let their guard down a little bit, they relax a little bit, and the other team comes right back. So that's exactly what Coach Sean McKay is wanting to do right now. There's no tactical adjustments, there's no technical adjustments. You know, they've been battling all game. It's just about regrouping his players, getting them back together, and going at it to try to take this set.
And at the end of the day, all these players know what they're out there to do, and sometimes it's all about just motivating them and getting the best out of them. As the Huskies find themselves down early in this one, 4-1. First to 15, of course, in the 5th and deciding set. Spot in the 5th place game tomorrow on the line. Neither of these teams want their trip cut short here in Hamilton, and
Alexis Tournier acting like he didn't touch the net, but he was all over it. Not sure why he's shaking his head. Hopefully it's in disbelief with himself.
Dylan Olson will set it up here. Another heavy blast from him. That was a big blast. Oh, what a play by Olson to keep that one alive. And then Yacine Cassis, the response there. Bisson!
Oh, he just snuck that one through.
And as we saw yesterday, Yacine Cassis just keeping them in so many points, and it's 5-2 for the Carabin. That one's going to go out of bounds, though, on the service error. So Jack Magoo player that's represented Saskatchewan on the provincial level, batted down. Maxime Saint-Denis rising up.
You see here Saint-Denis getting that ball. Ooh, may have been on the net there, but you got to know I love that non-call.
Hey, now you're a stickler for it.
No, I said I love the non-call.
You love it.
I just don't want to give, I don't want any controversy.
No, you're right. Cease the set, Bisson the blast, and good job by Mortensen to keep that one up on the dig out. We'll go again. This time it's finished off by the Montreal Carabin. Buchanan got a hand on it, but too far to track down. It'll go down as a kill for Saint-Denis. Or apology, Tournier. So 7-3, Montreal in front. Out of play.
That serve just long there by Saint-Denis. And right now, with Mortensen going back to the baseline, the Saskatchewan Huskies want to build a little bit of momentum before that side switch.
Dylan Mortensen, who had a big night in that bronze medal game to help them get to this point. Off the service area to serve it here and sends it long.
Yeah, that's a long serve. And on the side switch, the Carabin lead by 4. But still, this set is far from being over.
It certainly is, as we are in the 5th and deciding set. Everything you could ask for if you're a volleyball fan. These are where every mistake matters a little bit more, and every big point is that much bigger. And here it's 8-4, Carabin in front. They're playing at a high level here in this 4th set.
Absolutely.
5th set.
Some Timmy Trumpet being played here by DJ Dubuck to get us going. You gotta love it. Even looks like the Sask bench is getting hype even though they're down by 4.
Big serve. Here comes the attack, and ably finished off by Mortensen.
We'll see here on the C-ball. Mortensen at this point in the game has to be aggressive. He has to go after that ball. Otherwise, I don't see Sask winning if he's not the most aggressive he can be.
23 points for Mortensen.
Great serve.
That's going to go right back over for the big blast by Buchanan. Another blast. Oh my. Olsen.
Buchanan got the first swing there on the overpass, unable to make it work, but then Levi Olsen. So much power right at the player of the year from the RSHQ. But it was too much, as now Mamer back to serve.
Just clipping the net. Seeing Cassis the set, and the blast came from Bralo. Battle for it out the net, and that one just out of bounds. Didn't touch anything for Levi Olsen.
Tough one there for Olsen. Almost a joust at the net. He goes up over top of Bisson, but just misses the sidelines.
Frédéric Boulien serving at 9-6 here. Oh my goodness, standing tall is Latour Bourgeois.
That's a massive block, not only on the scoreboard in this short 15 set, but also against Buchanan, who, as we said, has been the spark plug for the Saskatchewan Huskies. A kill from him just means so much more emotionally for the team in green, and shutting him down means so much for the team in black and blue.
Huge block, as every point, of course, matters more with 1st to 15, as the Montreal Carabin just 5 points away from punching their ticket to the 5th place game. They want to extend their tournament. Both teams do, and already the second timeout called by Sean McKay as he looks to motivate and get his team back into this one. Down 4 points here in the 5th.
Yeah, absolutely. They changed sides at 8-4, brought it back to 8-6. Thought they might be able to make it 8-7 with that Joustin net with Olsen, but now it's back down to 10-6. But once again, a fifth set, anything can happen. It's like a game 7. So I'm not calling anything just yet. Offensively, Montreal has been outstanding, 4 for 8 with no errors in this fifth set. And on the other side, 5 errors for the Saskatchewan Huskies.
Oh my! That one was returnable, but it's going to go down as a service ace for Boulian.
Boulian coming in and making an impact here for his team with a nice little 3-point run, and now they're just 4 points away from booking their spot in the 5th place match.
Boulian again. Huskies on the attack. Oh! That's the response you need for Levi Olsen.
Olsen just out there just taking his frustrations out on the ball a little bit.
Could that be the spark that the Huskies need as they'll send their setter back, Jay Krappen. Final year in U Sports.
Oh, that's tough. Good dig.
Cassis equal to the task again. Olsen right into that double block. Carabins gets set up here. Oh, and nearly, but that's going to be Carabin point off Latour Bourgeois.
Great swing there by Latour Bourgeois, getting set up off the hands of Magoo, out of bounds. The Carabins are feeling it now, and they can taste it.
3 points away. Olsen the first touch, and they're going to go back to him for the last, and misfires. Poor reception and misfires there. That is just 2 points away for the Carabins.
Yeah, the Carabins have just been, volleyball is a game of momentum. They had it in the first, they didn't have it in the second and third. They built it back up in the fourth, and it has been all Carabins, all Montreal here in the 5th. As Olsen is going to go out of bounds. He can't believe that he hasn't gotten a touch call yet, but I didn't see it. And that is going to give us match point, Montreal.
And they just continue to reel off points off the Boulian serve. Here, at match point, it's going to go out of bounds, because of course it is. Right as you credit Boulian, he sends that one out of play, so...
It's just the commentator's curse there.
It certainly is. This 5th set at one point was 9-6 for the Carabins. Now it's 14-8. They have really taken over. Still match point here. Oh, and closed out there. The game-winning kill in the 5th set. Julien Boileau. And the Carabins take it in 5.
Yeah, just a massive performance here by the Montreal Carabins. And, well-deserved. They played so well last night against the Western Spartans, despite losing in 3, and they have been so good here this afternoon.
So it took 5 sets, but the Montreal Carabins are moving on to the 5th place game tomorrow, and the tournament is over for the Saskatchewan Huskies. Live coverage from Hamilton continues after this on CBC Sports. And we're back from the Burridge Gymnasium and just about set to hand out the Mikasa players of the match. And a 5-set win for the Montreal Carabins. 15-8 in the 5th to take it over the Saskatchewan Huskies. I'm just about ready to hand out the awards. It was a real good one, a tight 4-set match. Carabins push it to a 5th, and then it's a big 5th set for them. And the player that was leading them all night was Julien Boileau. He's the Mikasa player of the match.
And from Saskatchewan, number 7, Dylan Mortensen.
For the Saskatchewan Huskies, it's going to be number 7, Dylan Mortensen, who had a real good game out there, 23 points, but his tournament will end today as the Huskies are sent home by the Montreal Carabins in consolation game number 2. That wraps up the day session, but the night session coming up with Steve Clark and Mr. Campo coming up on CBC Sports.